What's up out there? It is time to get caught up on Bone Shatter. That is what I've been spending my time working on this week. I am up to level 94. And I've actually made, I'll get this view set up here. I've actually made some changes to this cluster setup. I don't remember if I did a video on this when I initially did the large cluster setup, but I've changed that cluster over to this one since then, which this one grants Fuel the Fight and Smite the Weak, in addition to 10% increased attack damage with 3% increased damage for each of these small nodes that are on here. So Fuel the Fight gives me 8% increased attack speed, 0.4% damage leached as mana, and then 20% increased damage while leeching. We also get Smite the Weak, which gives 40% increased attack damage against maimed enemies, and attacks have 10% chance to maim on hit. So what I've done with this setup is changed my axe out. I got rid of Purity of Elements, moved Determination over into the boots with the other auras that I've got down here. And I moved my Ancestral War Chief from down here where it was up into this quad. So I'm still running Vengeance and Rage support, which I may change that out to something else. I'm debating on what to do with that, but Ancestral Protector and Ancestral War Chief totems are included together with multiple totem support, so they're both linked to that, and they both have maim support. So they each have a 30% chance to maim, and I'm pretty sure that that means that each of these three has a 30% chance to maim. Now, I know that's not like a cumulative 30, 60, 90%, but I figure if I have a 10% and each one of these has a 30% chance, then there's a pretty good chance that something's going to be maimed at some point, and I'm going to get that 40% damage bonus. So that's my thinking behind it. It looks reasonable. I've also put on this medium jewel socket, which adds 11% increased melee damage, 9% to all Ellie res, and 16% increased fizz damage. This small cluster jewel here adds mana reservation, and it's got the Sublime Form, which Grace has 50% increased mana reservation efficiency. I don't care about it. I'm not running Grace right now, but I am running this for the rest of it for the reservation efficiency, which has helped out to run everything and not be so tight on mana. So each one of these has +3 to all attributes. So there's +6 to all attributes, 10% combined increased mana regenerate, and 6% increased mana reservation of efficiency. I would like to get another point into this for +10 to all Ellie res, but the mana reservation efficiency is what I'm basically using that for currently. I did take a little hitch out of this, so instead of having 2 +10 to strengths, I've straightened this out to where it's +10 int. And I kind of think I wouldn't mind getting up into this spot to increase Ellie res. There's 10% there, and then each one of these has 18% chance to each of the individual reservation, or each of the individual lightning, fire, and cold res. So I think I might look at seeing if I could get up there. It's a lot of nodes to get up there. I don't know that I want to go there, but I might, because I've got it would be beneficial to get more elemental resistances, and I know I could probably do better on my gear. And I started thinking I might want to go look at my Exsanguinate build and see what I have over there. I might be able to pull a couple of things off of that and make this a little better, maybe belt or something. I need to look for a Stygian Vice at some point. I normally do, I just haven't gotten there yet. So with all of that, I now have 2 Void Stones. The 2 Void Stones that I've got in every league is the one from the Searing Exarch and the one from the Eater of Worlds. I actually went and killed those guys yesterday, so I fought the Exarch one time before I did this upgrade. I don't know what DPS I had. Must have been like 800,000 or something like that. Whatever it was not enough to fight the Exarch. I was doing okay, but I kept dying to the balls. That was with Purity Elements. When I removed Purity Elements, I still was dying to them, but I was doing fast enough DPS that I DPS'd him down and killed him before I lost out. So I was able to kill him off. I was actually able to kill the Eater without deathless. So I am now worked up to where I can use just tier 14 maps, as well as the fact that tier 14 extends way down into here. So it goes down pretty much to here. So that means all of these maps are available to be farmed, which is great. That's going to increase the amount of mapping that I'll be able to do that applies towards all of this. So I'm going to start working on my bossing section a little bit. That's what I'm going to be doing from this point forward. I have been running with my Caustic Arrow build. I've been running some of these quest missions for... I need to fact toss this one off over there. I don't know if you need them for heist or not, but I've been running all these quest missions. I figure they're at least experience and stuff like that for these characters or for the NPCs or whatever in heist. So I've been running those, and that's what I've been doing. That's where I'm caught up at. I've been running Delve down here for... We can run a Delve real quick. I've been running Delve in here. I'd fill up my Sulfite. Man, it is so easy to fill up Sulfite. But I go fill up my Sulfite. You get those all flames of Sulfite. That is great, man. You can just fill this up in like 1 or 2 maps. Throw Nico on the map. You run this. This might be a little bit loud. Run that down a little bit in volume. Oop, I got to pay attention to what we're doing here. So I've been running this to level up. And as I get a level, I've not really been dying. I learned last league what nodes to avoid and what nodes are good to take. I learned that I want to stay around level 150. I'm a little bit lower than I wanted to, but I've been taking this. I've been tanking all this. I'd like to have a little bit more health. 33 to 44 is a little bit low, but I've been surviving without much issues, so I haven't really felt like dealing with it yet. It's something I've been keeping an eye out for equipment, but like the gear that what I would want to do is probably redo my chest piece, but I don't have another 6-link that I can run on. Of course, Purity of Elements or Res would be good. My Chaos Res is like 40 something, so it's way better than it normally is. So I'm doing fairly well for the most part, and I've got phasing in here. I've learned how good phasing can be. So, I mean, yeah, this has been working out really well, and I think this build's been just phenomenal. I think I've already got that. So yeah, I mean, it's been running really well, and I've had plenty of currency. I will just reiterate, I love this 3 Atlas tree thing that you can have all these different things. It has saved me so many unmakings. I've had to use them for sure, but I know in leagues past, it's cost me a ton of currency to reorganize this. Once I lay out the bossing section for this, I know it's always going to be bossing and I never have to redo it. There might be some aspects to it that I redo here, like having the abyss or something on here. I may not keep that totally forever. I may do something like scarabs or go into like over here to this mapping section or whatever. Maybe I change it out, but I really love the fact that I can just swap out trees as I feel like, instead of having to unmake a whole bunch of stuff and really weigh the options. I literally just switch it out, change it over, go do, I could switch over to Expedition, Heist, and Delve, go build up some Delve stuff real quick, get some Heist stuff while I'm at it, and go into Expedition and collect stuff there. I did get an Enlighten from Expedition somewhere. I don't remember if I kept that anywhere handy, probably in my crafting thing. I do have an Enlighten, and I got my Detonate Dead. I still need to work on that build, but I got an Enlighten support, so I may try to work that in somewhere. I don't know where. That would be, if I could 5-link this, I might put my auras up here, maybe. I'm not sure. But at any rate, that would be a change that I would do. That would be why I would get rid of Rage and Vengeance, is if I 5-link this, I'd move this cluster over to here and move these over to here and try to work Enlighten in, because I believe once this reaches level 2 or above, it will apply a cost and reservation multiplier. I think that means that you can apply... If I need to reread this like online, see what it actually does, but I think it's supposed to make auras and stuff work better. I think that's the point of it, is that it reduces it helps your reservation efficiency. I think, I don't know. I need to read into it. That's why I haven't really messed with it. I probably need to throw it on something in the background and just let it level up, because right now it's not going to do anything for me, but it's something I need to keep in mind. I got this off of Tujin. I need to actually go work on some more Expedition. There's always like a million things to do in this game, and there's just not enough time in the day. So I've been trying to focus in on leveling up this build. Occasionally I'll go work on Caustic Arrow. just going through heist and trying to go from that. I've not really been back to my Exsanguinate build. It's like I said, that's in previous videos. That one's probably going to be something that I work. That's an armor stacker in progress, but being that it's an SSF and I'm not the most efficient player, it'll probably be something I do an off league somewhere as I build up stuff over the time. But anyway, that is the update that I have for the current moment, and that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.